My name is Shauna, and I created this channel so that I could talk about books with people who love books. Um, so, I guess I should start this video by introducing myself. I'm Shauna. I'm a book lover. I have loved reading for quite some time. I got into reading, uh, I would say mid high school I started. I remember one of the first chapter books I've ever read was R.L. Stein's Goosebumps, The Scarecrow Walks at Midnight. And I remember loving it because my name was in there. And I was like, oh, someone named Shauna, because my name's, I don't see it everywhere. So that was exciting for me. But I never really got fully into reading until like late high school, where I met my best friend who she liked to read, and then she kind of introduced me to little books. And then I remember we'd go to thrift stores and I would buy the Harlequin romance because they were 25 cents, and I would buy a lot. And I just really got into reading those. And then as I got older, I started diving into different romance, and then my best friend introduced me to historical romance, and I really got into that. I just really enjoyed reading it. And then I was just really into romance. I got into reading romance novels. They were just like the thing for me. And then that's all I would read would be romance. It wasn't until probably, I'll say 10, no, maybe 11 years ago, I started to really branch out and just try different genres. And now I'm into everything. I can read anything, everything. I enjoy it. And I read both physically and audiobook. I don't do e-readers because I like to actually physically have the book in my hand. I like to see how much farther I have to go without having, plus I don't have to worry about battery life, right? Um, I do collect the books that I read. If I really like the book, I will keep it. Like this shelf is my read shelf, so it's all the books I've already read and I enjoyed and I keep, and I know that I most likely will read again. Then I have two more shelves that are like books to be read. Like I have a lot. And then I also have two shelves in my living room, which is basically a red shelf, and then one shelf just like a bunch of my mass market paperbacks that are half of them are red, half of them are, it's just a mix of them all, which is basically all my romance. Like most of them are my historical romance. I have some contemporary romance in there, but yeah, I just love books, and I always love talking about books. Like I'll talk to my husband about him, and he's just kind of like nods along because he's not really a reader like that, but he'll nod along and he'll listen. And I'll talk to my mom, of course, and she's kind of like, okay, and then my aunt too. But it was really kind of my aunt and my mom who kind of pushed me the idea to start this channel. So that's kind of how this started. They were like, you can talk, you can do it, and I was kind of like, nah. And then my husband said, yeah, I started talking to him. He told me that, you can do it, So here I am. I listen to them. They can't say I don't listen. So I'm gonna give it a try. And like they said, what can I lose? Not much to lose. Like, if I don't like it, I could stop. It's not like I have to do it, it's me wanting to. So, I hope to be able to continue doing this and talk about books and have a place to go. Be kind of fun, so I hope this will work out for me. As you could tell, I like to wear makeup, so I'm kind of into makeup, but I won't be doing makeup videos because I'm nowhere near professional. I just do it for fun. I would not. So I guess maybe I'll go ahead and just introduce to you what I'm reading right now, what I'm currently reading. So right now what I'm physically reading is A Night Like This by Julia Quinn. It is historical romance, and this is a reread for me actually. I'm in the process of wanting to reread all of her books because I read them all already, so I kind of want to reread. And I'm just picking books up from here, here and there of hers. But I'm actually reading this series right now. If you've read the Bridgerton series by Julia Quinn, which kind of became really popular because of the Bridgerton series on Netflix, which I love that. I'm happy to say that I read the books like way back in the day, before they even became popular. I love that series. It's actually one of my favorite series. She's my favorite author. In fact, she's the author that got me into historical fiction, which my best friend introduced me to. Maybe a later video I'll discuss how I got into her. But this is actually a second series. It's kind of like a spin-off series from the Bridgerton series, book-wise, not show-wise. They weren't even in the show, but they were in the book. So if you've read the Bridgerton series, you know the Smythe Smiths. They are a family who has the women in the family have to play, instruments, and they put on little musicals. But they're bad. They're not good. And then so that the family thinks they're good, but they're not. And so this is kind of like the story of the family. This is actually book 2 in the series. Like it, even the tagline is, "The Bridgertons know, the Smythe Smiths do you." So you kind of just meet the, different family members, and so it's the Smythe Smith family as well as the family, their cousins, who are the Plainsworths. They are part of the musicals too. So this is book 2. So you actually meet in book 1. You meet, I don't know how to pronounce her name. I don't know if it's Honoria Smythe Smith. So you meet her in the first book, and it's a story. And you kind of get the story of Daniel Smythe Smith from there, what happened, and you meet Anne Winter, who is the heroine of this book. She is a governess to the Plainsworth's daughters. So she's with the younger daughters, not the older ones, and she's got a secret past. She has something that she's running from and she's trying to hide. And so you meet her towards the end of Just Like Heaven, which is the first book in the series. And so then this one, you see her again, and you see Daniel. It basically, this book just picks up right where Just Like Heaven ended. This one picks up right from there, so it's not much I can say without giving away that part. At least there's not much you can give away in romance, because most romances, we all know how they end. But this one is, so far so good. So they both kind of like, so she's hiding from a past, and then you have Daniel, who you got the story in the first one. You kind of see him coming back to London, and you know how he feels like he's got something, danger coming after him. So it's kind of them running from their own little past. So far, I'm only 143 pages in, but like I said, this is a reread. I read it like maybe 10 years ago, but I still remember it. Like, it's one of those, like, I can read it, I'm like, oh, I don't remember, then I'll remember, like, oh yeah, I remember, like, things will come back to me. But I'm actually really enjoying it. I'm enjoying the reread. I'm actually enjoying rereading all Julie Quinn's books, honestly. But yeah, this one I would recommend. And then what I'm reading via audiobook is Seanan McGuire's Middle Game. I did try to start this physically, but the font is just so tiny. And I was just like, it's going to take me forever trying to get through this font. A lot of times that's what I will do with books I have. If the font's just so small and I know it's going to take me forever to get through, I will listen to it on audiobook. And this audiobook's not that bad. It's pretty good. At first I was kind of like, but then I started liking it. But this story is about, I really don't know how to describe this story, because it's one of those books, like, you're enjoying it, but you really can't say what it's about. That's kind of what I'm having a problem with. But it, to me, is about, okay, I'll just read the back, okay? So it says, meet Roger. Skilled with words, languages come easily to him. He instinctively understands how the world works through the power of story. Meet Dodger, his twin. Numbers are her world, her obsession, her everything. All she understands. She does so through the power of math. Roger and Dodger are exactly human. Aren't exactly human, though they don't realize it. They aren't exactly gods, either. Not entirely. Not yet. It says, meet Reed, skilled in the alchemical arts. Like his protege. I don't know that word. I'm so sorry. Before him, Reed created Dodger and her brother. He's not their father, not quite, but he has a plan to raise the twins to the highest power, to ascend with them and acclaim their authority as his own. Godhood is attainable. Pray it isn't attained. So, I mean, it's a really good concept, even though I butchered that. I'm so sorry. But I'm only 103 pages in. I listened to quite a bit. I started yesterday, and I listened to quite a bit of it, and I'm enjoying it. Like, the first couple chapters, I'm kind of like, or first 2 chapters, I think, kind of parts of it, I was like, I don't know. But then as I really got into it, I'm enjoying it. Right now, I just got past the introduction of Roger and Dodger, so you kind of got to know them. Yeah, so you kind of just got to know them right now, and it's just kind of going to the concept of how they were created but separated. Reed's trying to do something. So, and it shows how they just reconnected themselves. So yeah, this one so far so good. I can't complain about it. I am enjoying it. Um, so yeah, that's what I'm reading now. I have 3 books going at once. So I have one audiobook, one physical, and then at night I read my Christian readings because I am a Christian. Um, so I try to make sure I get into my word every day, whether I'm in the Bible as well as, a Christian literature. So I will talk about those also on this channel, but I left it by my bedside, so I don't know if I get it. But anyways, so I just hope that you will join me on this channel, and I hope that this could be a positive place to talk about books and to review books and just discuss them. When it comes to how I rate books, okay, the thing is, when I read, I'm not a critical reader. I read for enjoyment. I don't criticize. I don't go in and look for, details. I don't look for things that someone else might be like, oh no, I don't like that about it, because, or critique how it's written, or I'm more for the enjoyment. Did I enjoy it? So I have, like, when I give a 5-star book, I mean, I loved it. There's something about it that's gonna stick with me forever. If I rated a 4-star book, 4-star, I love it. I just love the story. 3-star, I liked it. I mean, it was good. I liked it. I enjoyed it. 2 stars, kind of like a meh. Like, I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. And if I give a 1-star, we all know a 1-star, I was like, why did I read this? I did not like it. I do DNF books. I used to not. I used to make myself read it because it came to a point like, I spent money on this, I'm going to read it. But it got to the point where it's like, life's too short to push myself through a book. Because sometimes if I push myself through a book, I get into that slumpy feeling like, I don't want to read. And I don't like to put myself through that. And I don't want to. And I shouldn't have to, right? So, anyways, I hope that I can help this channel grow and be able to talk books and be comfortable and talk other things. I do have kind of like plan out little things I want to do on this channel. So I hope to see you guys soon. Bye.